Alright, so I'm a little bit interested in this new movie trailer I came across today for Zach Creegers' newest movie called Weapons. Comes out later on this year. Gonna watch the trailer for it with you. See how you guys check it out, how you like it.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty.
Look like
And
it's
do you
set
know
in the
why?
early 90s, mid 90s.
Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
Director of Barbarian.
I don't understand at all. Why just her
Creegers.
classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
August 8th. Interface going on there.
Matthew, where are you?
What is that? They're jumping out of windows?
Where did you go?
Hit? Okay. What was that? Oh wow.
This is
Oh,
where the
wow.
story really starts.
Weapon. That sounds interesting. Oh man. Just seeing some of the clips. Where's that one scene where they were jumping out the fucking windows? Jumping out of the windows like damn World War C. Freaking Naruto.
Where did you go?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it goes. What the fuck is going on here? Stabbing herself in the face with a fork. Is this like the crazies?
This is where the story really starts.
And I'm hyped about this movie. I hope it does well because it's coming from director Zach Creeger. And if you haven't heard, Zach Creeger is also rebooting the Resident Evil series next year. I believe filming starts spring of this year. It's being produced through PlayStation Productions, which I've never heard of, and Constantine Films, which did they actually did the previous Resident Evil films with Mila Jovovich. So I guess they're gonna throw their hat back in the ring, but hopefully this time they don't make it an action summer popcorn movie, and with this director they can make it actually a horror movie. I read a few articles and I've seen that the director himself had put out a interview, he did an interview recently where he described his version of the movie in a sentence or so. Let's see if I can get that up for you real quick. Now, it was Screen Rant. Screen Rant should work. Alright, let's do this. Screen Rant did an interview, article, whatever. Where they spoke about it. Where it says the popular video game Resident Evil is getting a new cinematic remake. There's already a ton of exciting details about the upcoming movie. Yada yada yada, zombie story and shady umbrella, yada yada, Hollywood came calling. The original franchise, it says, began in 2002 with Paul W.S. Anderson directing. He did alright, but I never really loved his movies. Simply for the fact that they took so much away from the Resident Evil story. And he created his own vision with Alice. Alice was alright, but she wasn't Resident Evil. And then they did the 2021 version, Welcome to Raccoon City. I actually watched that last night. The first 40 minutes, 50 minutes maybe of this movie, the first two sections, the first two portions of this movie was great. It was fucking A. And then it fell to shit so fast. So fast. With the new movie coming out or being worked on, the director, Zach Creegers, is actually co-writing it. The Walking Dead alumni Austin Abrams, Ron Anderson in the series is being circled to appear in Resident Evil. He kind of looks like he could play Leon a little bit if you pull up a picture of him. Possibly. Resident Evil is currently deep within pre-production, and the September 2025 shooting start time has been teased. Despite the fact that nothing is known about the movie, Sony has set a release date for it. We don't know nothing about it, and Sony already dropping a release date. Hopefully, September 18th, 2026. I'm glad Sony snapped it up. Hopefully, with them being involved, it'll be more consistent and true to actually the Resident Evil storyline. Hopefully, they remake a book instead of a game. You know, the books are 100 times better than the games. The games were AAA, top tier. The books, quadruple A. You can slow it down if you wanted to read this article. He also directed Barbarian, this director. So he has good standards when it comes to horror. That's why I'm hoping with the release of this latest movie, Weapons, he continues on with that horror theme and he makes Resident Evil scary again. We got this here. Director Zach Creegers has promised that his Resident Evil film will be like any of the previous installments. So it's quite tight-lipped regarding the specifics. He did promise, however, that it will capture the horrific spirit of the gaming experience. Horrific spirit of the gaming experience. That sounds very promising. Unlike any of the previous installments. That sounds extremely promising. He goes on to state that there's a moment that comes in almost every Resident Evil game where you find yourself in a dark passageway. Your health is almost zero and there's no way around. You have to go through, but there's something awful for you in the darkness. That is the thrill that Resident Evil games have perfected. My movie will be in the spirit of those games and follows one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell. That sounds promising, but it sounds like Resident Evil 4, 7, or 8. We can take out 8 because they'd have to already know Ethan. But 4 and 7, possible. Now, I've heard that this director is scouting locations in Europe. I've heard that this director wants to use, he says he wants to use a central character, central protagonist. So we can only hope that he actually does the right thing when he remakes this movie. We can only hope that he does Better than Paul W.S. Anderson and whoever that last guy was, man. Here's hoping. Resident Evil, man. I've been trying to get a good version of this movie for 20 years, seem like. Almost 20 years. Shit, I'm old. Peace. See ya.